to fight, to conquer, to thrive.
So, the next videos that I do post, they talk about suicide. So, just a little content warning to people that are probably like, oh my gosh, get her some help, or I'm okay, first and foremost. I really am okay. It just goes to show you how much mental health is really important for everybody. So I talk about some things in my childhood. I talk about substance abuse. So it is a little choppy. The video is like, there's different fragments throughout both videos. So just a warning. If you do struggle with like suicide, maybe you shouldn't watch it. Some of the videos I'm laughing because I was under the influence, but everything that I talk about did actually happen in my life. So it's just a warning to let you guys know that I do talk about suicide in the video. So the videos that I do share, they were recorded last year. So they were recorded at a time that I was heavily drinking and substance abusing. So they are a little all over the place. You could tell from my train of thought, like, there's just different clips throughout them. Now they are a little lengthy, but it is a part of my healing journey, so I just feel that they do need to be put out there. And I just want you guys to know that, again, I am okay. It's just a lot of things occurred over the last 8 years that made me feel like, not even only the last 8 years, but throughout my childhood to adulthood, and in between, you know, the teenage years and early adulthood. At a young age, I started substance abusing. People don't really know that. I do talk about it in the videos. So all my problems, I drank a lot. So, you know, it kind of explains how the videos are a little all over the place. But all the things did happen, and like, none of it is a lie. Those things did happen. I talk about, you know, my family, my father's anger. He just, I don't know what he was. He's just a parent. Both of my parents are just parents, and throughout the video, I do say that I'm not blaming them for anything, because it's not to blame anybody. It's just their parenting. Maybe I just didn't like it as a child, which was probably most likely what it was. And I just rebelled against them. However, the things that did happen in my childhood are a little crazy. I don't really go too much into detail throughout that, but they do play a major part on, like, you know, throughout me growing up to be an adult in that. So with that being said, mental health matters. It matters to everybody, because it doesn't look the same. You could look perfectly fine and nobody could tell that you were even going through things. So talking about them, I truly do feel like, instead of bottling things up, there are people in the world that will help you, you know, deal with things, to cope with things. don't always have to necessarily get high or get drunk to solve your problem, because it's really not a problem. It's really the solution to your problems. Your problems are much more deeper than that. But mental health does really matter. So that's why I'm doing this, because I was really spiraling out of control, and I just don't want to do that anymore, you know. My life means so much more than what I thought it was. So throughout the videos, if you do like sympathize with me, that's okay, you know, but I'm not looking for pity or anything like that. I'm just simply telling you guys, let's, you know, throughout the videos, it's always just a story. It's literally the story of my life. And basically how I got here, because bottling everything up was just really making me feel shittier on the inside. It was just making it worse. Throughout the whole process of this, those videos wasn't necessarily to hurt people, but I think back then I wanted everybody to feel how I felt from the things that they were saying to me, the things that occurred. Like, my body went through something traumatic, and then it just kept going through more traumatic things that nobody around me knew what was going on. So, like, there was family members that came into my home. I had a sink full of dishes and a dirty pile of laundry, and they took pictures of that and sent them to other family members. So, and I don't talk about that in that clip, but a lot of those things, like, they were on my mind. They were constantly, like, living rent-free in my head, and I was just angry because they were shaming me and belittling me, and they could see that I was drowning, but instead of offering for help, they just judged me. So, you know, I was just angry. I was angry about a lot of things. Suicide was really just felt like it was the only option, and it really is not the only option. So, with that being said, I just forgive everybody that did anything to me, because it was ignorant on your behalf, because you didn't really know what was going on with me. And it's okay that you did those things. It's okay that a lot of stuff that people said to me was really awful. However, I just forgive everybody, because I don't want to hold on to that anymore. I don't care about any of that. Like, nobody could walk, like, I could give you my shoes and you couldn't walk the same path that I went through with this. You know, it really wasn't just a straight path. It was like driving through the fucking Rocky Mountains, trying to get to Mount Everest. Like, there was literally no explanation to what was going on with my body. I just went to sleep, woke up deaf, and then they diagnosed me with multiple disorders that they couldn't really give me an explanation. So it's like, my body, you know, I was always extremely tired. Like, I can't even empathize how tired my body truly was over dealing with all of this all by myself. And I really was just dealing with it all by myself. I know, like, my mom was there for me. You know, there was times that I couldn't even go to the grocery store. Like, I could not leave my house. I had, like, the worst case of anxiety of leaving my house, that I couldn't even go to the grocery store. So, it's just now, it's like, not, you know, being under the influence and drinking and that, it's just like, I know I really am okay. There are things that I still need to deal with internally, just like everybody, you know. That's why caring for your head, your mental health is probably the most important thing. Your health is really the most important thing. All that materialistic shit that we deal with, you know, stressing about bills, like bills are always going to be here. All this shit is always going to be here. But if you don't take care of yourself, you're just going to watch yourself deteriorate the same way all the people around me watch me deteriorate. Like, this literally happened in front of everybody, and I just felt like I was just digging myself into to my own grave and just walking around like I cannot understand why you guys don't see what is going on with me. And it's like, they did, but I just got shamed for the thing. So I'm just not ashamed of the things that I went through. I'm not ashamed that I wanted to kill myself. I'm not ashamed of any of that. So anybody, you could, however you take these videos, I'm not ashamed of anything. I would never in this life be ashamed, because the only thing that is promised on this earth is death. And I refuse to hide myself. I refuse to shrink myself for people, because that's just dumb. I don't have a word for that, but that's just dumb. I'm not doing that. I did that for a long time. So even this little video might not make sense to you, but my brain doesn't make sense to me either. Just watch the videos, or not. But it's something for my healing. And I do hope you guys all take care of yourself. Healing is like really important, and it's not for anybody else. It's for you, because nobody can think your thoughts. No matter what you think about me, that doesn't mean they don't have to think about me. That just, if I sat around all day, which I used to, that used to drive me insane. You know, thinking what other people thought about me, and I can't do this because they might, oh, I don't care. The people that are for you are going to be there for you, I promise you.